don't. And try not to make too much noise, and don't make fun of me doing this.
I will.
No. Hey everybody, it's Proxy, and we're here for, I guess, a two-part series. One part's gonna be here at school, and the other one's gonna be at home. So guys, this Christmas, myself and Cthulhu decided that it would kind of be fun to send each other some gifts and or treats that he doesn't have in the US and I have here in Canada. So for those of you who don't know, I live in Canada, Cthulhu lives in the US in Minnesota, and I live in Newfoundland. So we thought it'd be really fun. Him and Wifey had a list of things that they were gonna send me and a list of things that they wanted to try from here. So in front of me, I have some treats and some envelopes that I wanted to show you that I'm going to be sending to Cthulhu. Now, sadly, not everything I wanted to send him I can this time around, but hopefully maybe next time I can send another one and I'll be able to get the rest of it. But I'm sending the treats in envelopes like this. I did have a box, however, it's actually a lot more expensive to use a box because of the size of it, not so, and I guess the weight as well. I wanted to send him, the three main things that I couldn't send him were ketchup chips, there were Ruffles all dressed chips, and then a Canadian cream soda, and oh, a Joe Louis. Those are 5 things that I couldn't actually send him because of weight problems and obviously the box sizes. Everything else I have here range from like pretty much just candy, like chocolate. So it's super easy to send them in one of these styrofoam filled or bubble wrap filled envelopes. It's just faster and a little bit cheaper because it's not cheap to send stuff to Americas. But behind me, this is actually my school bedroom. So you see my computer set up here. This is my bed. Of course, we still have Teddy Bear. And if you see in the background through my door, this is actually the living room over there. This is Zach's computer. So all of my roommates are gone for the semester for Christmas break. And so Zach came over to keep me company and he set up in the living room and stuff. But I guess let's get started. So I'm gonna kind of just show you what I have for him. I'm not gonna put it in the envelopes because it's just gonna be too noisy and stuff. It's probably gonna be a little noisy as is, and hopefully the sound is okay for this. If not, it's probably gonna be a voiceover. But the first thing that I have is Crispy Crunch. Now hopefully this isn't backwards in the video, but maybe I'll have to do a flipsies. So Crispy Crunch, they're these chocolate snacks that are, I guess, filled with some form of, I have no clue, to be honest. However, these are amazing. They're super yummy. They don't even have like, you know, most chocolate bars are like covered in blah, 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 milk chocolate. It doesn't have that. But I thought it'd be cute to get these packages that are a little bit longer, but they fit perfectly within the envelopes. But there's 12 of them, so that if I had just one bar for the guys, it would kind of be like over in an instant type thing. But there's 12 of these, so Cthulhu and Wifey can actually share them between each other. There's 6 each for this one. So I thought that'd be kind of cute. But that is the Crispy Crunch bar. One of my favorite chocolate bars, I think. One of them is really good. Although as soon as you eat it, it feels like your teeth are rotting like instantly because it just like sticks to your teeth, and yeah, it's kind of grody. Okay, we'll do another crunchy bar. I think actually I'm gonna probably say a lot of these are my favorites because I have a really bad sweet tooth and I like chocolate and chocolate bars. So these are crunchy bars. I couldn't sadly get it in the smaller but longer packages of like a few, but there's 4 bars in this one here. This one is, it's like a milk chocolate coating over a sponge toffee inside. This one actually has a description. Super yummy. They're really, really unhealthy for you, but still really yummy. So this is another one that Wifey wanted. Again, kind of like the Crispy Crunch, but this one is like a sponge toffee that actually kind of reminds me of like coffee in a sense, like the taste of it, but it's super hard. Like when you bite into it, it's like you want to break your teeth. But you know what? They're still yummy. I'm gonna save 2 main ones for the end because they're super important that I wanted to make sure. But the next one, I actually, I may have opened these and started eating them. So I need to pick up another package to send, but they are Maynard Wine Gums. So these are candies that Wifey wanted. They're really good. Some of them have weird taste, like the green ones are a little bit strange. They leave this weird like tingling feeling in your mouth. But there's a bunch of different flavors. However, the flavors are not listed, which is kind of freaky. I don't know what the flavors are, but they're really good. However, they're like incredibly hard. Like I'm gonna eat one now. I'll probably skip past, but like they're really hard candies and they're really hard to eat, but they're so yummy. To be honest, they're like a candy my mom would eat when she was a kid, and then they just got like changed. Because before, if you can see this shape here, this one was the original shape of wine gums. They were all this circle color now, or this circle shape. Circle is not a color, but there's all of these colors were there, but they came in like cylindrical tubes that you just unwrapped and then ate as you wanted them. But yeah, so they were always circle, but they got changed into a bunch of different shapes. Okay, like 5 minutes have passed. I've chewed my candy. No, not really. It's been a few seconds. But the next thing I guess I'll show you is an Aero Bar. Again, there's 2 of the bars I couldn't get in the bigger packages or in the 4 to 5 bar packages. So this one is just, I tried to get like a bigger sized one, or there's one here that has 2 in it. But this is an Aero Bar, so supposedly they don't have these down in the States. And there's different flavors of these, so maybe I can try next time sending another flavor. But there's the regular milk chocolate, then there's orange, like a Terry's chocolate orange type chocolate, there's mint, and then I think there might be one other, but I can't remember. I could be wrong. But yeah, so there's an Aero Bar that I got. I'm excited for them to try this. Make sure you let it melt in your mouth, okay? That's the big thing. That's how you feel the little bubbles, even though you don't actually feel the little bubbles. It's just kind of like a ploy, I think. Whatever. It's still yummy. The next one is Smarties. So this was really weird to me. So Smarties here in Canada are just milk chocolate covered candy. They're actually about the size of this here, maybe a little tiny bit smaller. That's a pretty good representation of them. They're regular size Smarties, peanut free, because they don't have peanuts in them. But yeah, they're really yummy as well. When you're a kid, like you would always, or I would at least, I would always split them up into the different colors and then eat them by color because it was just kind of fun. It made them last longer too. But there's 10 of them in these little small packages. Usually the package, a normal size Smarties package, is like this big here. Usually about that big, and you get like, I don't know, 20, 25 Smarties in one. But yeah, so that's another candy. Another set of bars, like I said, a lot of these are bars, is Coffee Crisp. So a lot of Americans, I've noticed, always want to try these, and I've seen a few. I looked up some videos of like Americans trying Canadian things just to see if I could send some extra stuff, but pretty much everything on Wifey's list was in those videos. But Coffee Crisp, it's a coffee inside, a coffee wafer, I think is what it's called. Yeah, it's a wafer bar. So it's a coffee wafer that's just coated in chocolate on the outside, pretty much exactly like the Crunchy Bar and the Crispy Crunch Bar. They're all coated in chocolate. This one is really good. It's really light, I guess. It's not super hard or anything, and it's actually really nice if you dip it in chocolate or dip it in coffee to eat it, because it melts the chocolate and the wafer on the inside, so it's really yummy. But yeah, so that's the Coffee Crisp Bar. There's even like the little coffee on the inside of the O. It's kind of cute. Next we have a snack or a bar I've never actually eaten myself, but it was on the list. And this is a Cadbury Wonder Bar. So I had no clue what this was when it was on Wifey's list, and so I went out and bought it anyways. I've never tried it myself. It says it's a peanut butter caramel experience. So it's not even just like a bar, it's an experience, guys. There's 2 sets of nutritional value. Oh, one is in French. I was like, what the heck? And again, a bunch of ingredients that I probably don't want to read because they'll make me sad. But yeah, so I bought those. Again, it's in one of those big shape things or big packages so that there's a bunch of them for them to try. I should probably buy one of these and try them. Hopefully I'm not sending them something that tastes like crap. So there's 3 things left in the list. I'll show you my, I guess, this is what I always get when me and Zach go to the movie. Other than peanut M&Ms, I love peanut M&Ms, or I get Mars bars. Like, you can get these little Mars bars in a package like this that are just individually wrapped and you can eat them, and I usually either get those or peanut M&Ms. If I get the peanut M&Ms, I usually dump them into my popcorn because it's just easier to eat them both like that. But this actually doesn't say what? It says make sure to read the label every time. Other Mars bar products may contain peanuts. So fake Mars bars might contain peanuts. It doesn't actually say what this is, but it's like, oh, the camera's over here. There's like a caramel layer, and then I have no clue what this layer is, but it's heaven. And then again, your chocolatey coating on the outside. It's super soft, but it's, again, super sweet, like unbelievably sweet, these candies, or these chocolate bars. Although, only 240 calories for 1 bar. Makes me want to eat one. But yeah, so this is another one, like, you can feel it's super soft on the inside. Like, I can just squeeze them like that, and they're super soft. But they're not actually long this way, the chocolate bar, they're actually this way. If you see, that's where the chocolate bars sit, this way. So they're not long this way. They're I don't know how to explain that. They're long this way, not this way. But the last 3 things are, the last 3 things are pretty cool. Things that I was not expecting to not be in Canada. One, or in the US, one I knew about because it's dumb, but one is the Big Turk bar. This is my mom's favorite chocolate bar, and also one that I used to like a lot when I was a kid. So it has a really weird name, but it's Turkish Delight, which is like a type of jelly candy, I guess, on the inside, and chocolate coating. Of course, everything is chocolate coating. But it's really yummy. It's one of those sticky chocolate bars. It's kind of like the wine gums on the inside. It's very like gummy, but like a super hard and thick gummy. So it's like when you bite it, it's like you have to like pull it apart, not just like, and it's good to go. But yeah, so there's again 2 in this one here, so that I could try to have it so that they each enjoy their own little piece of heaven from Canada. And the last 2 items, super surprising but super exciting. You might hear this. So one is Canadian Kraft Dinner. These boxes are super modern now. They used to look a lot different than this back when I was a kid. But this is Canadian Kraft Dinner. Americans, or for any of you Americans who are watching, you guys call this macaroni and cheese. Now, it's called macaroni and cheese here on the box as well. However, we just call it KD, or Kraft Dinner. So it's so amazing, and from all the videos I've watched, it seems as though Canadian Kraft Dinner, Canadian macaroni and cheese, is actually the better of the 2. So Wifey and CTHULHU are sending me a box of Kraft Dinner, I think they are, but I'm gonna send them one anyways. A box of Kraft Dinner so that they can make this and try it, and I'm gonna make theirs and test it against my Kraft Dinner to see who is the better Kraft Dinner winner. Oh, that rhymed. Look at me. But yeah, so there's the Canadian Kraft Dinner, and last but not least, for all of you poor, deprived American children, there's Kinder Surprise. So Kinder Surprise is actually banned in the United States. So for anyone watching who's not from the US, or even is from the US and didn't know this, This was actually banned in the United States because a child ate it and choked and died on the toy that is inside of these. Now, I want to express the parents, man. How could you let this little boy do this? These eggs are not small, so they actually sit in here. They're the height of this here, and they're probably as big or a little bit bigger than this egg that's actually on the front. So it's a hollow egg. It's very thin chocolate on the outside. It's like a mix of white chocolate and milk chocolate. And then on the inside, there's this little, it's like maybe this big orange container that inside, it's like a capsule. You have to pop it open and there's a toy inside. And you used to love these things. There's like puzzles and rings, and there's like Flappy Bird ones in this one. Or is it Angry Birds? Not Flappy Bird, Angry Birds. But you can see there's like little toys and discs you can get on this, and these are like the pinnacle of childhood. My uncle actually has a wardrobe full of Kinder Surprise toys. Like every year I try to save some of my toys that I get from these and give them to him because he's been collecting them since he was a kid. But they're peanut-free milk chocolate with a milky lining and a surprise toy. And these even say like not for kids under 3 years old. It says right there's a giant warning. How? I don't even understand, man. But yeah, Kinder Surprise, they're amazing, and I'm so excited for him to try one. Excuse me, I just burped. There's 3 of them in here, and I seriously can't wait to see their video, guys. I'm so excited. But yeah, so we have all of these goodies to send to him and Wifey in these packages. Hopefully I only have to use 1, but if we have to use 2, we'll see. I'm just gonna need a lot of tape, I think. I can do it in 1, but I just need a lot of tape to make sure it stays shut. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to keep an eye out for part 2, which will probably come hopefully Christmas Day or maybe a few days after. It depends on shipping. It's a really rough time right now, and we thought of this a little last minute. So we're both sending this, I think Monday the 14th, I think today is the date. Monday the 14th, something along there. So it's pretty close to Christmas already. Usually takes about a week or 2 to send packages from this, like the US to Canada and Canada to the States. So hopefully they'll be able to get it in time. If not, you'll see this probably after Christmas. I'm gonna say most likely after Christmas. However, this first part of the video will be up definitely before Christmas, maybe a few days just before. You'll have to let me know when I upload. Well, actually, I'll be able to see myself when I upload this. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed, and look for the next video. And thank you so much for watching. Merry Christmas, and I'll see you in the next one.